Welcome to Breakfast Central. It's Friday, finally TGIF. The day whenever I come on the show, I usually feel very, downside because, you know what, I'm about to leave the show and I really don't want to leave, but I gotta go. And but it's fine. I'm Joe Hansen. Good morning, our viewers. Thank you.
Joe, for speaking our hearts. I hope management is watching, because we would like to work 7 days a week, because we love to connect with you guys so much. I was only joking. It's Friday. You're welcome to the program. This is Breakfast Central. We bring you everything you need to start your day right here on News Central Television. I am Benga Borowa.
Thank you very much, Benga Borowa. Thank you very much. I almost called you Oliver, but you see this slip of tongue spirit that is flowing from Akpabio and his colleagues. It does not come to this show. I build a barricade. Anyway, good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, accurate timekeepers, co-debaters, and my fellow audience. My names are...
You know, I always ask a question. What did you always say? My name.
It has to sound lyrical.
Yeah, and funny.
It's music.
When you listen to the radio, you have adults calling in on shows and say, "Good morning, my name is." And
we work for a talk radio station, so I heard that for a long time.
My name. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, at some point, I think my cousin, a school he was attending, very young, whenever you ask him what should he say, oh, my name is this, and all of a sudden, I think they changed the teacher. And then he came home one day, somebody says, oh, hi, hey, how you doing? What's your name? He said, my name. I said, don't ever.
I don't want to hear that,
my name.
They're very important. I told you a story about my friend that had to change her daughter's school. They were watching Africa Magic, and she said, Mommy, see snake. Said what? What did you say? Snake.
Went to have his child in America, and then they came back, and of course the child was great. He's a celebrity, I think a gospel artist. And the child said, Mommy, off the lights. Say, off which lights? After all the dollars I spent to give birth to you, but you're coming here to say off the lights. No. You don't speak such. But anyway, my name is Olive MOD, and if you're just tuning in to Breakfast Central, thank you very much for tuning in. It's an exciting weekend because today is Friday, tomorrow is Saturday, but guess what else is happening tomorrow? Can you tell the world?
It's Olive's 21st birthday. So it's going to be a celebration. I wish you were on screen. We would have done the whole... Do you like Parara?
I love Parara.
You love the whole...
I love it.
Paparazzi
I love
your
all of it so much.
Have you done your photo shoot for tomorrow?
I'm doing it today.
Yeah, you're a very intentional woman.
Yes.
You live life to the fullest.
Yes.
And I wish I could take one or two
You will take one or two, because guess whose
you.
birthday is next week, Wednesday?
Oh, it's mine.
It's your birthday.
Yeah, but I don't know why men...
July children are so smart.
For men, it's a reckoning that, look, you've added another age, or you think about all the things you want to achieve. But I mean, we need to just take life one day at a time.
You need to take life one day at a time. I mean, we also have those moments as well where you're reflecting and thinking to yourself, what have I achieved in the past 1 year? And sometimes it comes with anxiety, or what am I looking to achieve in the next year? It's not about the fanfare of, pictures and all of that. Those are great, but it's also a time of deep reflection. And I'm hoping that men would also learn, dear men, to be kinder to themselves. And when the new year comes, allow yourself to take a breather. We always say, my mates are here. Your mates are also 6 feet under the ground.
Yes.
So it's important to really share.
Do you gift yourself on your birthday?
Oh yes, I've been thinking. There's a perfume I like. I think I'm going to buy that for my birthday for myself. I like to buy myself a birthday gift. So, and shout out to all those who have sent and all those who will send. But my birthday is just one of the most important things that we've highlighted today. There are several other important things. Let's get into that on Wake Up Conversations.
Where do we start with?
Let's start with Formula 1.
You know where to go to take us to Formula 1.
I mean, when I saw this, I thought, it must be a joke, or someone is just farming for engagement on social media. But at last, it turned out to be true that Nigeria has officially submitted a bid to host Formula 1 racing in Abuja. So we don't know the details of that bid, if it's going to be a street circuit like Baku in Azerbaijan, or Valencia, or Singapore, or Monaco, or they're going to have to build a Grand Prix track from the scratch. And these things, I mean, Formula 1 is one of the most, if not the most technical sports in the world.
Yeah.
You need, and then the amount of visitors. Do we even have Hotel Expo? Do we have enough hotels in Abuja
Yes, we do.
to cover the volume of visitors that might come in.
Yes, we do.
For Formula One, safety, tourism, the whole activities. Are we guaranteed electricity?
So the background
On that
for this,
day.
so Big, I know you
Is
are.
Lewis Hamilton going to come out of the car looking so dusty?
Big, calm down.
these are-
Calm down.
these are
Big, do
conversations
the
we should
calms.
have.
Do the calms. Anyway, the National Sports Commission Chairman, Shehu Diko, proposed this. We do hear that an invitation has equally been sent to Formula One CEO, and also the man you just mentioned as well. Invitation has been sent to him to come down to Nigeria so they can have a tete-a-tete. I'm talking about Stefano Dominicali, who is the Formula One CEO as well. They'll be expecting Sir Lewis Hamilton to equally join that visit. And then they also extended visits as well to the engineers and architects. So what I'm explaining here is that
You submit a bid when you're ready. This is a feasibility
so this
study.
is what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're inviting them to come and have a look at the landscape of Abuja. Because the architects, like you said, Formula One is a very, very costly sport.
Very expensive.
It's not that cheap. When South Africa did it in 1993, they spent a whole lot. Now, if you're coming down to Nigeria has the topography, especially Abuja.
Yeah, but the racetrack itself.
So that means
So they would
would have
either
to
build a
carve
fresh
out.
race
Oh, yes,
track,
yes, they have
you
to.
know, they would have to like work on something from the start. And it's not like they're making this bid for the Formula One to be hosted next year. They're looking at, I mean, from what I've seen online, as early as 2028.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of time. By then, elections would have happened. Hopefully, there will be some money
It's
left
not-
over from
look.
election that they will use
Then
to.
I believe the host countries pay some money for bidding. I've been to Sepang in Malaysia, F1, and Singapore. It's very, very expensive. Malaysia
It is.
hosted for more than 10 years. And there's a competition to get on the Formula One calendar.
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult bidding process. And beyond Formula One, you could use the racetracks for MotoGP, other racing activities and all
I'm
of
also
that.
hearing that Nigeria is competing with countries such as South Africa,
Again,
Rwanda and Morocco, which have also expressed their formal interest. So there are many things that we're going to look at to determine our capability to host if we're going to do this. Like you both have mentioned, there are certain technicalities that we must put into consideration. There's the fact that our airports, we have to look at the efficiency of our airports. You know, we're also going to have to look at our electricity situation. Is it when they come, the light go out and they start panicking and wondering what's going on? So can we power it? We're also going to look at our infrastructure. Joe has said that we have enough infrastructure to be able to handle.
No, he said the hotels.
Hotels, well,
Yes.
hotel infrastructure.
Well,
to be able to cater to all these people in the world. But
Yes.
there's beyond hotels, there are the roads. So there's so many things. It runs into
Security.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to host the Formula One Grand Prix.
Conservative estimate says $2 billion.
But I like that we're
Dreaming big.
ambitious. You know, I like it. I know there have been some very shady remarks.
But
Hopefully
then people
we can
also
take some
talk
of the
about
reacts.
priorities. There's this what we should be looking at.
But it's not a short-term goal. It's a long-term goal. It's not something that's going to happen in 2025 or 2026. 2027 is election year. We know nothing else is happening except
and then you
elections.
think it will happen in 2028?
It's 2028. That's the earliest that this is going to happen. So it's a long-term
Well, the
goal.
FCT
It's not
minister,
something that's
the FCT
happening
minister,
now.
first of all, has to approve of it. He has to look into it because whether you like it or not, Abuja has a master plan.
Yeah.
And what they will do is to see if it will fit into the master plan and then it will get its approval. Aside that, like I said, and we also mentioned here, Formula One is very expensive. To actually, like as Abuja has the topography, has the entire structure for it, but it means that you will have to either create new roads, break some, create new entry points as well. And don't forget too that you have visitors who would come in from different parts of the
All
world
over the world,
to
all over
attend.
the
So
world.
are you ready to cater to them? For me, I think that is even
And
secondary.
it's a
That's
3-day
secondary.
event.
It's
You
secondary.
have free
The most
practice on
important thing is to
Friday.
build it.
Okay, Joe
But
has
it's-
shared his thoughts. I've shared my thoughts. Benga has shared his thoughts. Now let's see the thoughts of Nigerians
some of
regarding
those
this. There's been some
social media
really
comments are
interesting comments on
hilarious.
social media. King Premier says, make Nigeria police see Lewis Hamilton call on Yahoo boy.
Yeah, because he braids his hair. These are one of the things that.
They say, to traffic
It's
was
a
Hamilton for
possibility.
Barnes Junction while he was bending towards Aminu Kano Christians for his last lap.
Nigerians are very
Oh my
peculiar.
goodness. Nigerians want to host a Formula 1K. with those potholes, one lap and the cars will meet neutral alignments, not wheel alignment. Pit stops will be for tire changes and trauma counseling. Even the F1 drivers will be like, I beg. Now rally we did do. Not to get out for this country. It's like,
this is
Nigerians are something else.
very interesting people.
You know, we start meeting and watching cows out for grazing. Maitama roads and part of Wuse can handle it. Though tracks would have to be reworked, redesigned to suit F1 purposes with pit stops, barriers, etc. I don't know why I find it funny. Maybe because we have more pressing priorities. Hosting a Grand Prix is huge, but the financial burden is enormous.
Yeah, and then if you're going to go for a street circuit, I don't think they're parts of. I would rather they just build
fresh tracks.
a fresh.
They have
fresh,
to. They can't
yeah,
use
you
existing
can't use-
roads.
you
But
can't do
but
streets.
the wake-up conversation for us here, as well as for many Nigerians, is the fact that while we're thinking of Formula One, we do have our own indigenous sports that we can export and use it to invite people for tourist attractions. There are many. There's Dembe, which is gaining grounds.
and it's gaining
It's
momentum.
gaining mad grounds. You have foreigners who are coming to participate in Dembe. With the sports team here at U Central put up a very fantastic package on it where they covered it from end to end. You have foreigners coming in. They're even engaging in the sports. I don't love the sports, by the way. Just
Yeah,
say
it's violent.
It's violent. But
But you
then
love
again,
WWE wrestling.
I don't.
Okay.
Funny
It's
enough, I never did.
And
I did
rest in
before.
peace to Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
Hulk
Hulk Hogan as
Hogan, he
well.
passed at
Ooh,
71.
I stopped watching
Rest in peace
wrestling
to
when
him.
I knew it was fake.
Me too. Please help me tell my mother that it's fake, because I don't understand her love for wrestling.
It's fake.
And they analyze
Mom
it.
loves
My mom loves wrestling and football. Wrestling, that's all they watch in my house whenever they come visiting. Wrestling and football, and I don't understand it. And I'm like, Mommy, this thing is fake. She said, okay, but their blood, what, can't you see the blood? This one is injured. Can
But
they act?
the
I said, "Mommy, yes."
Ugandans have taken wrestling to another level.
Did
You
you
need
see
to
the
check that
concrete
out.
floor? Have you seen the
well.
Ugandans
But I
wrestling?
think they were using mud before,
Yeah,
so
they're
now
using
they
mud. I mean, when they
Is it the one that is the intergender wrestling?
Yes.
When the girl beats pieces from out of the boy body.
It's
Not a
very
wrestling fan.
entertaining.
Anyway,
Well,
I,
but
thought
then
I
again-
think it's too violent in sport.
So you have Dembe. You also have there are many indigenous sports that you mentioned. The one we use, the waterway sports from the south. There's so many of them that I think instead of bringing it's people are angry.
This one is in
to
sport.
be
I've
honest.
forgotten that name. That one that they used to do.
Oh, the hang grab. Oh yes. It's an
Arm
international
wrestling.
sport. It's
Arm
an
wrestling,
international
yeah.
thing.
We should-
It's an
what
international
What
sport.
about what? Pick to Alaska, check up.
General market. The problem is different people have different rules for work. So what's the general rule?
It's not indigenous.
Whether we
so-
like it or not, I also agree with the people who say rather than invite or bring Formula One to Nigeria, create your own and invite people to come and enjoy. It's a no-brainer.
On the flip side, though, I think we've talked about what the disadvantages will be. I think we should also talk about the advantages, because it's not like it's all a sad tale.
Don't throw away
If
the baby
Formula
and
One
the
were to come
bathwater.
to Nigeria, there's so many advantages. We're again putting Nigeria on the global maps in the sporting world.
After they leave, what happens?
No. I'm saying I'm looking at the advantages, because we've talked
for
about
the
a lot of
economy,
disadvantages.
tourism,
There's
visitors.
going to be. Do you know how much businesses will make just by the sheer volume of people that will come into Nigeria? Our airlines will make a lot of money. Our hotels will make a lot of money. You know, supermarkets, it will bring a lot of trading. They're bringing their FX into the country. So there's still the upside to that. There are people who would come to Nigeria, and maybe in that period, tourism, there'll be a boost in tourism. So it's not like it's all doom and gloom. There are the positive angles to this, and we cannot but highlight those as well. But I want us to move from there to another very interesting story. OAU, something has happened in OAU. Great Ife. No great
Formerly Obafemi Awolowo University. University of Ife.
Yeah, that's what before now. There are certain universities, anytime they
When you
say
say great Ife,
greatest
they're very proud.
Great.
And
Well-
I happened to spend some time in that university. It has one of the most beautiful campuses, if not the most beautiful campus
Because if Lewis
and
Hamilton-
landscape in Nigeria.
If Lewis
Absolutely.
Hamilton were to visit Nigeria and he went to Great Ife, there might be problem. You know, he
Why?
may decide to explore.
Okay, yes, based
There
on
might
his
be-
hair.
So now let's tell you why there may be problem. Reports have it that there is a new dress code for students in the University of Ife. And we saw this interesting document they tagged confidential. In view of the contemporary trend of events in the university,
Please,
any
can we
student
just- yes.
found in violation of the dress code in the university risks rustication for 1 semester. Now look at it. Sexually provocative dresses, rustication for 1 semester.
Hey?
What constitutes sexually provocative
Backless
dresses?
clothes.
Because first of all, to some people, you can be fully covered and they will still find you sexually
Olive, what they
provocative.
simply mean, don't show your lap.
That's not true. This is subject to multiple interpretations. It's similar
exactly.
to what happened in Delta State. With Delta State,
How's that going, by the way?
that's another conversation for another day. So backless clothes, rustication for 1 semester. Transparent wears, rustication.
Okay.
Everything is rustication for 1 semester.
Yeah,
Off-shoulder, please, what is bomb short?
Bomb shot. I don't you know
is
bomb
what
shots. What
Boko
these
Haram
girls
wear
are
now.
wearing.
Boko Haram wear.
No,
It's
what the
bomb.
girls are
Bomb.
wearing.
This
It's
one,
called
look,
bomb
I know how
shorts.
they spelled it.
They wanted to spell B-U-M, but
No,
the
I'm
person
not
made the
saying they
mistake. He
wanted
put
to.
bomb.
You can't be
That means the
you
shot
cannot
will
be putting
explode.
a university document and you're spelling B-O-M.
Bomb shots.
Bomb.
Sounds
Bomb.
like, it
They
sounds
should have
like
put answers.
suicide shots.
Suicide shots. Maybe they
For what
wear
Boko Haram people will
the
wear.
way
Bomb
Boko Haram
shots.
babes wear. Because
Wow.
what is bomb shots?
I didn't see that.
In a university document, then look at the next
Tattered
one.
jeans.
What is tattered jeans?
It's
please?
crazy
What
jeans.
is tattered?
Shredded.
It's called shredded jeans.
Exactly.
What is tattered jeans?
I think I know who typed this.
There must be some elderly person.
That woman
No, it can still be a young person that types rubbish.
has the
Tattered
trend.
jeans, then dreadlocks. Again, this reminds us of why as a
Fairing for
society.
male, cowries for female. What's that?
I think this earring they were going to write.
Put fairing. Or
I mean,
Hearing
this is
from
a,
the-
these
Are you sure
are the
this document
issues.
is
This
real?
is a university.
Is this documentary?
You expect the
So
highest
that's why I want to believe
standard.
that this thing, that
No,
they'll come
it's-
out to tell us
I
that
think
it's
it's
fake.
AI.
That is somebody that's just being mischievous.
it's
We're taking
auto-generated.
it, and this is like a way for us to give
Micro mini
OAU
skin
an
pictures.
opportunity to come and debunk this ridiculous document.
Sagging for male, female.
Micro mini skimpy
Hair braiding
dress,
for
sagging
male.
for male, hair braiding for male.
Unconventional wearing of face cap. Binga.
So what is conventional?
If you wear it backwards
like
or to the
side
side,
or
come on. I mean, this is this?
Tattoo, indelible markings for male. So those who have tattoos,
So those who have now,
for
what do they
money
do?
To go
They
and
will have
do
to cover it
laser.
up
Cover
or
it up.
erase it.
Crap,
Or
jump
wear hijab.
tops.
Olive, you can't wear this, so you won't make it into the university.
I don't make the cuts.
They will tell you, you go back.
And me, I was planning to do multicolored braids, so I can't go there.
T-shirts with obscene inscriptions depicting
Extra
immorality,
rings.
hooliganism.
So extra, the ladies that have
Yeah,
like
they have
the-
like 4 persons.
What
to
is
wear.
that?
Charlie Boy cannot do his PhD.
Wow.
No, he won't
Wow.
be allowed in.
They will rusticate him.
Wow.
Yeah, he would keep.
He will fail all the
All
even
of
the
them.
bomb shot.
Heavy. Please, what is makeups?
Heavy
First of all,
makeups.
that's terrible English. What is
I
makeups?
really hope this
Did you see
document is fake.
rumpled
I
and
want to
dirty
believe that it's
clothes?
fake.
Because how can a
is fake.
university
It has to
come
be
up
fake.
with-
It has to be
But they
fake.
need to debunk it.
Hair
So-
plaiting or weaving by male students. In addition to the above, any student found guilty of violating the following dress codes in university risk rustification for
But is this
rustification for 2
not
weeks.
discriminatory? That means Elizabeth Joyce, aka Portable
Portable
Omola
baby,
Lomi,
cannot go up.
he can't even gain admission for 1 semester. He has
That's
failed
so sad.
everything.
That's so sad.
Sagging, tattoo, earrings, multicolored hair.
Rumple
Unwelcome
clothes sometimes.
touching. Guys, did you see that? Unwelcome touching, kissing, and hugging of opposite sex.
So I cannot hug any of you.
You can't hug anybody.
Sorry, guys. Producers, we need to know the letterhead. We need to see the letterhead
Massaging or
of
sitting
this
on the lap
document.
of so they couldn't put
Is
up.
this Obafemi
So
Awolowo
this
University?
cannot be.
This cannot be.
I say this cannot be a real document.
Please,
Can we go to the top
Let's take it up to
of
the
the
top.
paper
let's-
where the one that had the
Is
letterhead?
this
the
Obafemi
beginning?
Awolowo University or Obafemi Awolowo Secondary School? Because I need to know what's going on here.
No,
Let's take
can
it
we
to the
please
top.
scroll to the
From
top? No, the beginning of the document. our producers.
The document from the top, so we see the
The part that
letterhead.
has confidentiality, the beginning of this document. First of all, I just want to say that I do not believe this document.
No, we do not.
We
I
do
don't-
not.
I don't
None of
also
us
believe
believe
it.
this document. We believe that,
Yeah.
but the letterhead says
Confidential.
Obafemi Awolowo
It
University,
looks doctored.
13th of June 2025,
They
and
should-
it has a ref number. We believe that this is a fraudulent document that was done by some students in the university to cause mischief. We
Yeah,
want the
I
up-
believe it's from the university.
I don't believe
Okay,
it's
so
from,
you're
I
not
can
with
never
us.
believe it's from the university.
You are
I'm
against
not
us.
with you.
We can never believe that
It's
it
very
is from
possible.
the university. So we want to do an open call to Obafemi Awolowo University to please let us know if that document
The dean.
came from them or if it's just some fraudulent
Dean of Student Affairs.
document
Yeah,
made by
Dean
some
of Student
students to
Affairs.
cause a
Please.
public outcry or uproar. But I don't believe that document.
But there's some things there that I agree with.
E.g.,
Taking things overboard, skimpy clothing, sagging, you know.
so, I hear you
Yeah.
when it comes to that. Because when it came to, like in university, I studied law, of course. We had a dress code.
Yeah.
White and
white.
black for 5 years.
Well, you had sometimes jealous
So the
of
good
other
thing
people
was
who
we were in
were-
our separate campus. So like what was happening in the other campuses, I wasn't
I
aware.
mean, when you see your friends from other campuses, like, you know, all
Colorful,
swaggy,
you're wearing black and
Not
white.
really, I got
Did
used
you
to
sometimes
it.
say, oh man, I wish I could?
Not really. I actually got used to it because it made your life easier as well,
you
especially
still wore
if
black and white in
especially if
law
you're a Lapo baby. If you're a Lapo baby, you don't have a lot of clothes.
Please,
So
for the
once you
benefit
have
of
like
the
5 white
audience,
shirts,
what is Lapo for the benefit?
tell them, go on X. Lapo baby versus Nepo baby. I was a confirmed Lapo baby. When you are struggling through life, I can't be doing fashion.
But we
I think
thank God
it's a leveling
for life.
ground. We thank God for life. It's a leveling ground knowing that all
For
of us are
growth.
wearing uniforms. So it's not so obvious if my outfit is not popping. And especially because a number of us went through university and it wasn't the most pleasant journey.
Yeah.
It was a journey of struggle for a number of us. So I didn't complain at all. It was in law school, however, that they now became strict. In law school, from the door, if your skirt is above your knee, they'll turn you back. In fact, we couldn't carry colored handbags. There are certain types of white and black. Even in the white and black, there were regulations.
It's good. They don't want you to seduce the judge. My highness, how are you?
Let's move on to the next story. This Friday is something else. Binga, do the counts. Next story.
My highness.
We apologize, guys. It's just today's
I
Friday.
mean, it's
Okay,
Friday. We
you
need
know
to
how we
loosen
do
up
on
a
Friday.
bit. We need to loosen up, all right?
Okay.
Before we go into those very tough
are going to another
conversations.
My
Right.
highness is for royalty. What do you
Your
guys?
hi-
Your my lordship.
My lord,
My lord,
your
my lord,
worship,
my lord.
depending on the court.
My lord is Jesus Christ. I can't. Maybe that's why I didn't study
Go
law.
to court now.
These
I need
things
to
are very.
call
How
your...
can I call a fellow human being my lord?
But it's a title. It's
I
not,
don't
it's
agree.
not
So
that
you will
it's
never
the
call
name.
That's
the
why.
judge my lord.
That's why I'm not a legal luminary.
So if you were to appear in court and to...
I will not.
As a
And they
witness,
say, please stand up. You say, my
address the
lord.
court.
Then it's worse in Yoruba films. It's Oluwami. And when we go to church, we say Oluwami. How can I call a fellow human being Oluwami?
It's a title, though. It's not the
I
name.
can't even.
You know.
It's clashing.
Anchor,
It's clashing
my
with my
anchor,
religion.
my anchor, you know. But if you say
Oluwami.
Binga, you know,
Arákùnrin.
guys,
Arákùnrin Johansen
this Friday,
ló jí kẹ̀kẹ́.
My lords, your worships and your honors, please ignore my colleague. That's
don't
why
know.
he's not a lawyer. He's
Exactly.
a layman, so he's speaking from his lay perspective.
Man.
all right, let's move on to the next story. Binga, I think you have this one as well. It's got to do with the NSAS. Yes, we do have an update
yes.
concerning NSAS. The news simply is that court has ruled in favor of NSAS protesters, fines the police 10 million naira. Court has ruled in favor and then fines the police 10 million
That's a positive
naira.
one. I mean, we're still, the Nigerian police is always, recently, is always in the news for not so pleasant reasons. And this is one of the reasons, extrajudicial killings, acting out of the boundaries of the law, you know, violating people's human rights. And the courts have done something great here. But the question is, will
Who
the
go pay
police
am?
pay? We had Barrister Evans Ufeli here the other day, and he says, you know, there's a word he used where they would gazette or something, the money. And sometimes this police bank accounts, because of the new system, is very hard to get them to who would enforce it. Yeah, but I mean, it's a landmark judgment, and I hope it would spur the men and women of the Nigerian police force to act more professionally.
Anyway, the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos ordered the Inspector General of Police, talking about the Commissioner, to pay the sum of 10 million naira to NSAS protesters for the reason that they went ahead to violate their fundamental human rights.
And just to mention what the court violations are, so it's not actually about the 2020 NSAS. According to court documents, the protesters gathered peacefully on October 20th, 2024 at the Lekki tollgate to commemorate victims of the 2020 Lekki shooting but were violently dispersed by police using live ammunition and tear gas. So this is not about the 2020 protest. It was those who were protesting or not really protesting, were commemorating the 2020 protest. In affidavits presented to the court, several applicants described gruesome acts of police brutality. One, Mr. Abuja, said officers kicked him in the groin and stepped on his genitals. One female protester, we talked about this one as well, one female protester alleged she was sexually assaulted and groped. Another applicant said her leg was hit by a tear gas canister, causing her to bleed, after which officers beat and dragged her despite her injuries. The 15th applicant's leg was hit by a canister and she fell and was bleeding. So if you look at the reports that they've given about their experiences, and you remember, this was just last year, it's not too long ago, October last year, where we were reporting, we had our correspondents live at the Lekki toll gate. And we wondered, what is happening? Is there a war about to be fought? Why are there these army tankers there? Because they were, again, anticipating a repeat of what happened in 2020 and trying to, prevent that from happening. Every year since then, I think 2020 was the year that traumatized them.
I remember the driver, the e-hailing cab driver too, who they tear gassed his eyes, and he couldn't see. He was complaining that he couldn't see, and then he was still dragged into the Black Maria. And then a few persons who were just passing by were apprehended and told that they were part of the peaceful protesters. And they said, how am I part of it? The lady whose leg was hit by the canister as well and was bleeding, we also had covered that here on the station.
And there was also altercation with journalists too.
Exactly.
A drone was seized.
Exactly. And don't forget too that while all of this was going on, you see, I don't know how to say this, but it's very painful. Olive, you just ran through a list of persons who were impacted or affected badly during the peaceful protest. Do you also realize that, on the other hand, News Central also covered the others who were the area boys too, that were trying to see what they could do to disrupt the peaceful protest one way or the other. So here on News, here on this station, we also had our reporter. I'm sure you've seen the promo very regularly. That the area boys brought the canes and they were telling him, get out of this place. We had petitioned the police. We took their faces are glaring, they're showing there in the video. And we told the police officers, these are the guys who were threatening journalism, who were threatening reporters, who were threatening us from covering the news and breaking the reports to everybody. And the police said, don't worry. They came here on the station on the breakfast show and said, don't worry, we're doing all we can to get them. Till today, nothing.
Another important part to this case that we must mention, apart from the 10 million that they've been granted, is now the judge was M. Kakaki. He says, upholding the applicant's case, M. Kakaki granted express orders against the Nigerian police force and the IGP, who were the first and second respondents, and awarded 10 million naira in general damages for the violations suffered. Now, the second part, he also dismissed the state's attempt to justify the crackdown based on the earlier Lagos High Court ruling that restricted protest venues. So basically, the state was trying to hold on to the fact that there was an earlier High Court ruling that restricted protest venues. Remember that they said you can't protest in certain parts, they would limit you to certain parts of the protest. This judgment has dismissed that, saying you can't rely on that. It would be great to have a conversation about what the implication of this will mean if Nigerians again have now gotten the opportunity to understand that the right to protest is a right enshrined in the Constitution and a right that every Nigerian has, the right to peaceful protest, and that it cannot be taken away by judicial legislation, which some have, referred to as a rascal legislation. But we'll continue to talk about that as we proceed.
That's right.
Okay, before we go, I just want us to quickly take one or two comments on YouTube regarding some of the stories that we've discussed this morning. And just want to use this opportunity to especially appreciate Mokunye Chukwuemeka, who's always engaging on our YouTube. Thank you so much for constantly engaging with us. And thank you for the birthday wish. I got the birthday wish. Mokunye Chukwuemeka says, it would be nice to host the F1, but we're not ready. And then we also have Ochodi, who says, we really really know our priorities. I believe he's been sarcastic with that one. And I'll take one more comment from Mokunye Chikwemeka as well, referring to the document. He says, I don't think this document is from the school. You're not alone. Joe and I don't think it's from the school as well. Only Benga thinks it's from the school. So OAU, please, you have questions to answer. Is that document?
You have 24 hours to respond.
So that Breakfast Extra can continue with this story. But that's all we have this morning on Wake Up Conversations. Let's now bring to you our top stories this morning on Breakfast Central. This morning on Breakfast Central, we'll be assessing youth governance and Nigeria's value crisis. Can Nigeria find its moral compass? A key question. We'll also be looking at the aftermath of the local government elections. Opposition candidates accuses Iba Monarch of assault. And we'll be heading to Katsina State, where we're looking at the state of insecurity, incessant bandit attacks. APC unveils new national chairman. He was on the show yesterday. Congratulations to him. And of course, we'll be reviewing the new front pages of the newspaper. Join us for all these and more.